Okay, today we're going to be covering 8.4, 8.5, 8.6, and 8.7, all the way to the end of the chapter. 8.4 is weight and mass. And I told you you would be needing these things right here. 488 is not as important. Page 487, the tons and pounds, pounds and ounces. Page 490, micrograms in the chart. And this is for the rest of chapter 495, American units of capacity. 96, metric units of capacity. 501, units of time. 503, Celsius to Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit to Celsius. And 507, American units of area. So you need to get all those written down somewhere. I gave everybody a sheet of paper. So if somebody wasn't here, they need to ask for one. There's a handout right there. Metric and standard conversions. And you can use that on your test if you write on it. You can write extra stuff on it for this test. The conversions. I think that's all in this chapter anyway. Okay. So for 8.4, weight and mass. Just like you would do for any other conversion, let's do like if you had, like number 4 says, 8 tons is equal to how many pounds? Okay, you're starting at tons, put T down here for tons, and you're going to be multiplying by whatever these numbers are here. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds, and you got that from one of your charts. Okay, if it's both on top, you just multiply it. Your tons cancel, so 8 times 2,000 is 16,000. So that would be 16,000 pounds. Let's do one where you would maybe do a division. Number 9. You have 3,200 ounces is equal to what part of a ton? It's not a whole ton because it's not 2,000 pounds. So to get to a ton, if you look at your chart, I don't think it says how many ounces are in a pound. And it says a ton is 2,000 pounds, and it says a pound is 16 ounces. Okay, so we're going to need to take 2 steps to get to the ton. So let's put the ton over here. First, we're going to go ounces to pounds. Okay, ounces will go down here because we need it to cancel. Pounds will go down here because we need the pounds to cancel. See, when these all cancel, you're left with tons. That's what you're trying to find. So we're going to multiply by these numbers here. Okay, 1 pound is how many ounces?
16.
1 pound is 16 ounces. 1 ton is how many pounds?
2,000.
2,000. So you would like make this into a fraction here. Everything on top here, you could multiply and you'd have 3,200 on top. Multiply the bottom, 16 times 2,000. Is 38,000? Is that what you get? No, 32,000, sorry. 16 times 2 is 32 and then 1,000. So we've got 33,200 over 32,000. If you divide by 10, it gets rid of 1 0, right? Divide by 10 again, it gets rid of another 0. So we have 32 over 320. What would you divide by here? 32, right?
Mm-hmm.
Divide by 32, you have 1 over 10. So it could be written as a fraction, or if you did this on a calculator, you get 1/10 as a decimal. It could be written either way. Okay? So that takes a couple of steps because you were jumping. Let's do
Is that
another
the
one of
reading
those.
ounces or the
Huh?
tons? Is that the reading of ounces or your tons?
That would be tons. Ounces are gone, pounds are gone, and that would be tons. Okay, let's do another one like that. 6,400 ounces. This one is number 10. And we want to go to tons again. We got to make both jumps, right? Put the ounces on bottom, pounds on bottom, and our tons are on top. Same numbers, 1 pound is 16 ounces, 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So this time we're going to have 6,400 on top and the same, 32,000 on bottom. Divide by 10, actually divide by 100, that gets rid of 2 zeros. So we have 64 over 320. And divide by 32 again, gives you 2 over 10. I guess we could have divided by 64. Because now we can divide by 2. That gives us 1/5. So you write 1/5 ton, or what's the decimal? 2 tenths. 0.2, right? 0.2 tons. Are you guys hot? Yeah? I thought it was just me. I have this thing that's making me even hotter. Because my back hurts. But I have enough heat without that. Okay. Let's do some metric. We've been doing metric already, huh? We've been doing metric with the meters. This is the same thing we've been doing. The King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk, but this is with grams instead of meters, okay? So this is kilograms, hectograms, decagrams, decigram, centigram, and milligram. Okay. If it tells you to go from 1 hectogram to gram. Okay, remember, don't count the one that you start at. You're going to gram, you're going to jump 2 times to the right. 1, 2. From your decimal, which is going to follow it if there isn't one, right? From your decimal, you're going to go 1, 2, because we went 1, 2. We're going to go 1, 2 with our decimal. So 1 hectogram is 100 grams. How about, let's do 1 milligram is how many grams? Milligram, 1, 2, 3 to the left. Still start where the decimal is following it, and we went 1, 2, 3 left, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3 left. And make sure you put a 0 in front of it if it starts with a decimal. So 1 milligram is 0.001 grams. That's better than using those fractions. Just pop around on your chart. Okay, there's a few of those. If there's already a decimal there, you know what to do, right? 3.4 centigrams will be how much of a decagram? Centigram, this is deci, so don't go that far. Go 1, 2, 3 to deca. Your decimal from there, 1, 2, 3 to the left. 0.0034. Okay? Does everybody feel comfortable with moving the decimal? Okay, we'll probably be doing it again for liters in a little bit, because we will be working on that. So now we're going into 8.5, which is capacity. And medical applications. Capacity, that's how much something holds. Oh, you know what, did we do the medical applications? I need to go back to 8.4, I'm sorry. Because this one had medical applications also, didn't it?
Yeah.
And we haven't covered any medical applications yet. Okay. On page 493, it has some medical applications. Let's do number 55. 55 says, triazolam is a medication used for the short-term treatment of insomnia. A physician advises her patient to take one of the 0.125 milligram tablets. One of these, right? Each night for 7 nights. How many milligrams of triazolam will a patient have ingested over that 7-day period? How many milligrams, right? That's what I told you, it has milligrams. Okay? And after milligrams, it says how many micrograms. So you need the milligrams and you need the micrograms over that 7-day period. Okay, there was a chart that was supposed to be written down. This one right here. 1 microgram is an mcg, which is equal to 1 over a million, or 0.12345 zeros and a 1. That's 1 millionth of a gram. And then 1 gram is 1 million micrograms. So we're going to use that after we find out how many milligrams. Okay, first of all, you're taking one of these every night for 7 nights. So you're going to multiply that by 7, right? 0.125 times 7. That's how many milligrams? 7 times 5, 35. 14, 15, 16, 17, 7, 8. Okay, 0.875 milligrams, right? Okay, it doesn't say anything about milligrams on that chart, does it? Okay, can we get to grams if we know milligrams?
Yeah.
By using our decimal chart, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's grab that decimal chart. Okay, if we know the milligrams, we're going to move our decimal back, aren't we, to get to grams. So move it back 1, 2, 3 times to the left. Because milligrams is here, grams is to the left. So left 3 times. So you're going to have from here 1, 2, 3. Now we know how many grams there are. That's how many grams. This was our first answer, right? How many micrograms were ingested. Now we're trying to get to micrograms. Okay, we know about grams. So we're going to say 0.30875. That many grams is equal to how many microgram is mcg? How many micrograms? Okay, if we put gram on the bottom, look how we can put 1 where the gram is, and 1 million where the microgram is. 1 with 6 zeros. Okay, when we multiply 1 million times this, it should move our decimal the number of zeros we have. So it should move our decimal 6 times. When you're multiplying, it moves it to the right. So we're going to move the decimal 6 times to get our answer. Or you can do that times 1 million and just gonna get the same thing. Okay, so we're going to move it 6 times from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 875. The decimal follows it, so you don't need to put the decimal. So looking at this, you know what you can do to get from a milligram to a microgram, right? All you have to do is move it 3 times, right? From milligram to microgram, we could have just moved it 3 if we knew that. And now you know it, so you can do that. You don't have to do the whole work, the whole job, whatever. Okay? So you're going to use that chart for the medical applications. Okay, now we'll go to 8.5. Capacity, that means gallons, quarts, pints, cups. And for that one, you need to have this chart here. Gallon is 4 quarts, a quart is 2 pints, pint is 2 cups. Also 2 cups or a pint is 16 fluid ounces. And 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. Okay, so we're going to use those for doing the next stuff. Okay, it starts out with liters, and then it goes to gallons and quarts and cups. The liters, you're going to do the same thing. King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. But instead of meters, it's liters this time. So you'll use these. Okay, let's say you're doing, number 4 has 806 liters, is how many milliliters? Go to the liters. This could be big L or little l, either one. Go to the liters and go to milliliters. You're going to be going to the right how many times? 1, 2, 3. It's already at the end, so you're going to have to add 3 zeros, aren't you? To go from here 3 times, it's going to be 806,000. How about if you had 0.816 milliliters and you were going to liters? Milliliters to liters, it's still 3, it's just the other direction, right? You're here, you're going 1, 2, 3. So from here, we're not going to the right anymore, we're going to the left. So that's going to put 3 more zeros in the front, right? It was here, and now it's here. But make sure and put the 0 in front of the decimal. If it starts with decimal, make a 0 point. Okay, there's liters and cubic centimeters conversion. That would be this chart right here. A liter is 1,000 milliliters, which is also 1,000 cubic centimeters. Or you could use these decimals right here. So you should have those written down. Actually, I didn't tell you to write those down, I told you to write that one down. It's almost the exact same thing. This will be more useful because it's got that. So you might want to add that to it. And also, sorry to add something on, but you're probably going to need this for the medical. 1 milliliter is equal to 1 cubic centimeter, and that's also written 1 cc. Okay, you'll probably need that also for the medical part. Okay, now let's do a milliliter to a cubic centimeter. The ones on here, we'll just do one that's like this, like number 10, but it won't be the same numbers. That many liters is how many centimeters. Okay. 1 liter was what? 1 liter is 1,000 cubic centimeters. So we're going to do it times 1,000. When you multiply by 1,000, it moves your decimal how many times?
3.
3 times. So the decimal from here will move to the right. 1, 2, 3. So the answer would be 88400. That's 88,400 cubic centimeters. Or that could be called cc's also. Okay, now let's get into those gallons and cups. We're going to do it in the same order you're doing your homework. Okay, let's see how many pints are in the gallon. How many pints? Does it say how many pints? It says how many quarts, doesn't it? Is in a gallon. A gallon is 4 quarts, and it says 1 quart is 2 pints. So let's put the pints over here, because we need to go from gallon to quart. We'll put gallon down here so it'll cancel. Quart, we'll put quart down here so it will cancel. Okay, 1 gallon is 4 quarts. 1 quart is 2 pints. So everything's on top, so everything's going to be multiplied. You won't have to do any dividing. 1 times 4 times 2, so 1 gallon is 8 what? Or pints. If you forget, you can cancel those off. Cancel gallons, cancel quarts. 8 pints. 1 gallon is 8 pints. Okay, so you see how you can do it if you have to do more than one now. How about, let's say we have 5 gallons. If we want to know how many pints that is. Now that we've found this, we can use that. Okay? Since we know how many pints are in a gallon, we want to know how many pints are in 5 gallons, we can put it like this. 1 gallon is how many pints? 8 pints. We just figured it out. So multiply 5 times 8 is 40. 40 what? Pints. Right. Okay. Let's do a little bit of medical applications and we'll go to the next section. Let's do number 40. A physician orders 40 milligrams of 5% dextrose in water. Solution to be administered intravenously over 2 hours to an elderly patient. How many liters of the D5W is this? What in the world do you even need out of this? All you need is how many milliliters, right?
Yeah.
You want to go from 40 milliliters to how many liters? So that whole word problem is just asking you 40 milliliters is how many liters. Okay? So number 40, you're just saying 40 milliliters is how many liters? Remember, you can jump on your chart. This is number 40. Milliliters to liters are going to go to the left. 1, 2, 3. From where the decimal is, 1, 2, 3. 0.04. You don't need to follow it with the 0. Any zeros that follow that don't need to be there. And and that's how many liters? 0.04, which is what the expert said right there. Okay? I think that's all you need for that one. Well, I don't know, this page is a little confusing. The next page here, 47 through 54, that's a little bit more medical stuff. Let's do something from that too. Number, it has the conversions you need right here. 5 milliliters is 1 teaspoon, and 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. So you probably will need those, or when they gave it to you. Okay, let's do number 48. It says 3 tablespoons is equal to how many teaspoons? Okay, so we need to put tablespoon down here to figure out what to multiply by. 1 tablespoon is how many teaspoons? 3. So 3 tablespoons is 9 teaspoons, right? How about number 50? 18.5 milliliters is what part of a teaspoon, or how many? It gave you milliliters and teaspoons, right?
Yeah.
1 teaspoon is what?
5 milliliters.
5 milliliters. Since that's on bottom, we're not multiplying, are we?
No.
Well, you can multiply that times 1, and 1 times 5, but you end up dividing in the end. So 18.5 divided by 5 comes out to decimal, huh?
3.7.
3.7 teaspoons. So 18.5 milliliters is 3.7 teaspoons. Kind of getting this stuff down pat now? Keep putting the things over here that you look up on your conversions. Okay, let's do 8.6. Time and temperature. Time, you pretty much know all of those by heart. The only one that's a little different than what you normally know, you already know how many hours in a day, minutes in an hour, seconds in a minute, all that, days in a week. For a year, you're going to use 365 1/4 days. That's because of the leap year. So every year has a fourth of a day extra, okay? That way it comes out right. Okay. So let's convert some time. Let's do, let's say 3 years is how many days? Okay, remember year comes down here, so you cancel it, right? 1 year is, how many days did it say?
365 1/4.
365 1/4. We're going to multiply because it's on top, right? Okay, remember your fraction rules? 3 times 365 1/4. We need to turn this into an improper fraction. Turn this 3 into 3/1. 4 stays on bottom. 4 times 365. 1460 plus 1. Okay. So we have 3/1 times 1461/4. So do 3 times 1461. $43.83, and of course you're going to want to turn that into how many days? Like turn it back into like a fraction, right? Okay, so you do 4383 divided by 4. There's 1, 4 won't go into 3, right? Put a 0 there. Bring your 8 down. 4 into 38. 9. There's 36. 4 into 23. 5. And there's 3 left over, so 3/4. Okay? So 3 years is 1,095 and 3/4 days.
How did you get 4,383?
3 times 1461. Is it right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, let's do some seconds and let's see how many seconds are in a week. That's going to take a few conversions. Let's say 1 week, we want to go to seconds. We aren't going to go straight to seconds, are we? We want to know how many seconds, so eventually we're going to get to seconds. What do we know about a week?
How many days?
7 days. So, oops, we need to put days up here. We need weeks to cancel, don't we?
Yeah.
So let's change that. We need weeks down here. Weeks and days. Okay. What do we know about a day?
7 days.
How many? Day? Hours? We know hours in a day. We don't know seconds in an hour though, do we? We need to do minutes in an hour, right? How many minutes are in an hour? And then we can finally get to our seconds. Put the minutes on the bottom so it'll cancel. Does everybody see why we're doing that? Cancel, 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 cancel. So that we have seconds left on top. Okay, 1 week, 7 days. 1 day is how many hours?
24.
24. 1 hour is how many minutes? 60, right? 1 minute, how many seconds?
60.
60. So you're going to multiply 1 times all these numbers. So you have 7 times 24 times 60 times 60. You can do them in any order. You can go 60 times 60 times 24 times 7 if you want. So did anybody get that? 604,000?
800.
800? Anybody else get that? Yeah? Okay. So everybody else got it, it's right. It's like to have 2 people get the right thing, same thing. So 1 week is that many seconds, that's a lot of seconds. So 2 weeks would be twice that many seconds, huh? Okay? Okay, I think you guys can do all the conversions in that. Let's do centigrade and Fahrenheit. You have a couple of centigrade, I call it centigrade, Celsius is what they call it now. I think when I was growing up it's centigrade, because I always say centigrade. It's the same thing as Celsius. Okay, so you're going to use this right here or the decimal of it. Okay? To get, if you have centigrade, this is to find Fahrenheit. If you have Fahrenheit, you use the one that says C equals. Okay? From page 503. So let's pick a problem. Let's see, number 25. It gives you 40 degrees Celsius. So we need to know the Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit equals, we can use the 9/5, and it says C plus 32. Or we can do 1.8 times C and then add 32. Probably easier to do 1.8. Not really though. Okay, if we put it in here, put 9/5 times C plus 32. C is 40. That's easier than the decimal right there. Divide by 5. Divide by 5 is 8. 9 times 8, 72 plus 32. So it's 104 degrees Fahrenheit. And it should come out exactly the same if you do 1.8 times 40 and then you add 32. 4 times 8, 32, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, that came out to 72 the same way that did. 72 plus 32 is the same thing. Okay, now, you want to do another one of those, or you want to switch to the other kind?
Yeah, let's do the other one.
Another Celsius? Okay, let's do, maybe one that won't divide evenly by 5. Let's do number 28. 93 degrees Celsius. Okay, since it won't divide evenly by 5, where we can cancel like this, let's not use the fraction, let's use the decimal. Let's use 1.8 times the centigrade plus 32. So do 1.8 times 93, and what do you get?
One 167.4.
167.4. Okay, plus 32 is
199.4.
199.4. So 93 centigrade is, or Celsius, I'm sorry, is 199.4 Fahrenheit. My daughter always jumps in the case when I say centigrade, and I still say it. Okay. Fahrenheit. Let's do one where it gives you Fahrenheit, then you need to convert to Celsius. We'll do number 38. 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So we need one where it says C equals. Okay, there's two of them we can use. One says 5/9, and then do Fahrenheit minus 32. Or you could do the Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 1.8. Okay? So, let me see, 59 minus 32, what's that going to give us? 27?
Yeah.
Okay. It'll work good for either one, because 27 will cancel good with this. 5/9 times 57 minus 32, which is 27. Remember, that would be over 1. So to find that, you would divide by 9, right? When you're multiplying fractions, divide by 9 here, divide by 9, so that's 15. Or you can do it here, 27 divided by 1.8. Remember, you have to move your decimal. 18 into 27 is 1. 18 into 90 must be 5. 5 times 8, 40, yep, it's 90. So it's 15 either way. So if you do it one way or the other, you shouldn't say, well, I got it a little off because I did it the other way. Because they all give you the same answer. Okay, let's go on to 8.7. Converting units of area. Okay. Area is usually squared feet, squared yards, like that, right? It gave you a chart here. Even without this chart, you could have figured it out just by knowing how many inches are in a foot and feet in a yard. But using these, it's a shortcut. I'll show you the long way first. 1 square foot. Okay, if you're going to square inches, what you need to do is go, you're not going to have to do it this way, okay? So you can just watch this and you don't have to write it. It's up to you. Okay, square feet means feet times feet. If you're wanting to go square inches, you're going to be doing inches times inches, right? 1 foot is 12 inches, 1 foot is 12 inches. So 1 square foot is how many square inches? 12 times 12. 144 square inches. Okay? So you could have figured it out without it telling you that 1 square foot is 144 square inches. But since you have this chart, that's going to save you from having to do it twice for every time you convert. Okay, so we're using that chart instead of doing it a million times each. Let's do 1 square yard is what? How many square feet? What did it tell you? 9, because it was 3 and 3 times 3, right? 1 square yard is 9 square feet. That's from the chart. Well, page 507. How about an acre? 1 acre is how many square feet? Okay, did it tell you that?
It's 43,560.
43,560. Okay, so let's do 2 acres, or yeah, let's do 4 acres. 4 acres is how many square feet? So put the 1 acre down here. 1 acre. 1 acre was how many square feet?
43,560.
Yeah. So you're going to multiply 4 times that to get it, right? Four acres is 174,240 square feet. Okay, how about 720 square inches is how many square feet? Okay, we know how many square inches are in 1 square foot, right? 1 square foot is how many? 144, right? So do 720 times 1 is 720 over 144. You're going to divide 720 divided by 144.
5.
Exactly 5?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's 5 square feet. Okay. On the metric area, I think you'll be better off doing it twice. Let me show you. Let's put our chart back up. It has the conversions. Okay, that was the liter ones. There won't be liters though, will there? You don't have liters in area, because liters are liquid, aren't they?
Yeah.
Grams are weight. So this is going to be metric. So we're going to have to put our meters back up here. King Henry, died Monday, drinking chocolate milk. Okay, so put our M's after it. Okay, let's do 8.38 square centimeters is how many millimeters squared. Millimeters squared means you had to go to meters 2 times, right? We're not really going to be doing any multiplying or dividing. I just did that to show you that you're going to be doing it twice, okay? How would you normally go from centimeter to meter? 2 times to the
Or
left.
right. Or,
Left, right?
yeah.
Left, right, yeah. Okay,
Oh.
so instead of doing it 1 time, the 2, 1, 2, that's 1 time, you're going to do it 2 times. So 2 and then 2 more. Let me see, 1, 2, 1, 2, okay. 0.000838 square millimeters. I'm going to do number 33, and you can check in the back if you want. Number 33 is 472800. Square meters is how many square kilometers? That means you're going to do kilometers 2 times, right? From meters to kilometers 2 times. Starting at meters, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, but you're going to do that twice. So count 3 twice, or you can just say 3 2 times would be 6. So have your original number here. You go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's 0.4728, and you don't need the extra zeros at the end. If it follows the decimal, you can stop right there. And if you want to look in the back, that's the correct answer for 33. And that's all of it. Any questions? Not yet?